Hello classmates and Professor Mayer. My name is Jose Quiros and this is week 4 of our EPOM 409 capstone course. I've got this week's current events presentation, and what I did is I looked online and found a interesting article about millennials. A lot of us are millennials in this course, and it came from The Independent. The Independent is an online newspaper from the UK. So, the title of the article: Millennials are struggling at work because their parents gave them medals for coming last. Some of you may know who this is. This is Simon Sinek, and he is a very well-known author and motivational speaker. He's got some an interesting fact about him is that he has one of the top 3 most viewed TED Talks of all time. So for this article, what The Independent did is they sat down with Simon to discuss one of his famous videos, which is about millennials and issues in the workplace. And the video is actually attached to the article, which you'll have on the link that I'll put on my post. And 15-minute video, great listen. I highly recommend you read the article and listen to the video. So the article analyzed, through discussion with Simon, the issues that millennials are having in the workplace, and the backup is 4 main issues or characteristics for why this is happening to millennials. The first one is parenting or failed parenting strategies. Second one is technology. Third one is impatience. And the fourth one is environment. So on the first one, failed parenting strategies. So since we were kids, we were told that we were special. Since we were young, we were told we were special. We were given anything we wanted, toys. In class, we were given medals for coming in last, patted on the back when we messed up, and just comforted in so many different ways. So what this upbringing does is it's a huge shocker when somebody graduates college and they go to the workplace where they're one fish in a huge ocean of graduating graduating college students going to the professional life, and basically what it causes, it's a huge shock for these young kids. And what happens is in turn it causes self-esteem issues. Basically, is what it is. Failed parenting, transitioning into the workplace, causes self-esteem issues. The second is the technology and social media. So basically, millennials, the generation, has a huge obsession with cell phones and social media. Dopamine is a chemical that is released whenever we engage in social media. Dopamine is also a chemical that is released whenever we drink, smoke, and gamble. Three activities which we know that in excess are bad. And so what happens with social media and an obsession with social media is that it has negative effect on millennials when used in excess. The addictive behavior affects relationship building with family, with friends, with coworkers. And obviously that takes a toll on a young professional, a millennial's career. So the unlimited access to social media greatly hinders youth learning how to make significant relationships. Is basically a huge issue here. And science actually shows that people who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who don't. And that's a huge statistic as well. The third is impatience. So basically what this is that we have instant gratification is so easily attained in so many different ways these days. And that's not how it works at the workplace. You don't get instant gratification from turning in monthly accruals. If you're in accounting or finance, engineers, for designing one document, we don't get instant gratification. We have to do many things over a long period of time to be patted on the back, to get promotions, to get bonuses. It's way different. Impatience is an issue with millennials. The fourth one is working environment. So what goes on with working environment is that corporations aren't looking out for the best interest of millennials in the long haul. Corporations are looking for short-term goals and good numbers, keeping the books up. So the corporations don't help teach cooperation, relationship building, and other key activities to a millennial's career. So why does this article relate to our course? Well, this course has a lot to do with innovation. Simon takes strong arguments regarding trust, team building, relationships, professionalism, and how they play a part in innovation. As you'll see from the article and the video, the projections look pretty grim, but there's a lot of positive aspects to it as well. And it's positive that, you know, our course here, this master's course we're doing, we have a lot of millennials. We're learning about innovation and how important it is to the future. So there are two questions that I'd like to ask. The first one is for you to name 2 pros and 2 cons of cell phones and social media as it relates to innovation. And the second question is in the last 24 hours, have you been speaking to somebody that's been on their cell phone? And that's my presentation for the week. Thank you and have a good week.